Hello there, Charlie here again. Welcome to the second of our special bonus episodes of How Uncivilized. This episode is a supercut of J.J. Abrams' Episode 9 treatment, again combined with some of our in-the-moment reactions. If you want the full page-by-page breakdown, then check out episodes 16 to 18 of our main series. In the meantime, sit back and enjoy.
You're back in the room.
And so, with that, here we go. Star Wars, Episode 9. Rough treatment from the 13th of May, 2014.
Heard of Thunk.
Do you want to kick us off with Act 1?
Act 1, Paragraph 1.
Act 1, Paragraph 1. Here we go.
So here we are on Act 1, soon to be Act 2. Here we go. We open over a green-ringed planet. Pushing through the rainbow rings, we follow the descent of an older, battle-damaged Empire assault ship, the Craven. Piloted by the Knights of Ren, 4 smaller TIE fighters trail behind as backup. Co-pilot Knight of Ren, number 2, talks to a hologram of Snoke. He's my favourite one. He confirms they found Luke Skywalker's hidden Jedi Academy on the ringed planet of Skelth. The 5 marauding crafts enter the lower atmosphere towards a sharp peninsula.
A young Luke Skywalker, meditating in the spire of his silver Jedi temple, opens his eyes. He quickly grabs his comlink and says, "Han, old buddy, here they come." Han sits with Chewie and C-3PO in the Millennium Falcon, which is hiding behind a gigantic waterfall. Han says, "Okay, I hope you guys are right about this. Chewie, let's go hot."
Whip out the bikinis, boys. It's hot out there.
Chewie fires up the engines and the Millennium Falcon shoots from behind the waterfall into the sky. By now the audience will know this is a flashback to some years before Ben Solo was taken.
Luke comlinks a teenage Ben Solo, who's waiting in a docking bay next to General Leia and some resistance soldiers. Luke, "Ben, you sure you're ready for this?" Ben responds, "It was my plan. I'd better be." He ignites his lightsaber. The Knights of Ren land their Craven attack craft in front of the Luke's docking bay. What? In front of Luke's docking bay. It actually says in front of the Luke's docking bay. I didn't realize he was like a thing now. He's just so important.
They named the docking bay after Luke, you know?
Well, I wish I had a docking bay named after me.
The Spencers.
The Spencer. Yeah, maybe there is one out there. Probably not after me, but
maybe
after a Spencer somewhere. Anyway, so the Craven attack craft in front of Luke's docking bay. They fight Ben and the Resistance soldiers. Open brackets. Fight music orchestrated like Koshis by Audio Slave. Close brackets.
Han and Chewie pick Luke up atop his silver temple spire. They shoot off after the TIE fighters. It's a huge battle over Skelth, with the Millennium Falcon destroying the TIE fighters. General Leia commands troops on the ground. Han drops Luke off on the roof of his academy, where he waits. Moments later, a huge TIE assault shuttle appears over him, and it lands. Supreme Leader Snoke strides out with his light broad saber ablaze. Luke and Snoke charge at each other, and their sabers clash.
Ben Solo is overpowered and abducted by the Knights of Ren, then taken off into space. Han, Chewie, and General Leia chase after them in the Millennium Falcon. After several attempts at intercepting them, the Millennium Falcon heads towards Sacrum's outer atmosphere. Ben Solo telepathically connects with Leia, telling her she and Han must turn the Millennium Falcon away immediately, or the poisonous Sacrum atmospheric spell will kill everyone on board but her. Only Ben and Leia have traces of Sith blood in them, open brackets, Darth Vader's, close brackets, which acts as a inoculant against the ancient Sith bioweapon protecting Snoke's planet. Han and Chewie start to pass out. Before the Millennium Falcon falls from the sky, Leia takes control, telling Ben she'll come back for him. Ben says, "Don't bother. I'm exactly where I need to be." Leia flies the Falcon back to Skelf in tears. Ben and Luke never told Leia about their plan.
Bastards.
Men, am I right?
Yeah. Luke and Snoke's lightsaber/force duel is epic in every way possible. Snoke, wielding his large broad saber, ultimately beats Luke, kicking the lightsaber out of his hand. As Snoke creeps towards Luke, hungry for the kill, Luke pulls out his ankle blaster and blows his right arm off. Luke picks up the severed limb, still gripping the red broad blade, and cuts Snoke up with it. Before Snoke dies, he uses his immense force power to destroy Luke's entire academy under them. Before it collapses, Luke surrounds himself with a force bubble, which protects him. Quickly surveying the devastation, R2-D2 calls out on a bunch of farming droids to remove the rubble from on top of him. After Luke's successfully extracted, he touches R2-D2's head and cries, aghast at the devastation. End flashback. We pick up just minutes after episode 8 has ended.
Fade cut back to present day. Luke in the Bell's meditation chamber, which is now badly damaged. Sorry, I said that completely wrong.
I believe you got the wrong cadence.
Yeah, I did, yeah. We'll try that one again. Fade cut back to present day Luke in the Bell's meditation chamber, which is now badly damaged. Having trapped Kylo in a force bubble, he uses the force to lift him up and out into the sky towards the ocean. The second Jedi Temple again rises from the crashing waves. As a drawbridge opens, Luke floats Kylo inside. He's now a prisoner. Luke pats his children's heads, thanking them both for aiding the capture of Kylo Ren. Luke whispers something.
Just like, bonk, bonk, bonk.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you're getting from me.
Hugs are for wimps.
Exactly, yeah. I'm a distant father. Nobody said I had to be loving. Luke whispers something to Ahsoka. She nods and darts off. Poe and Finn are distraught. They ask Luke how Rey disappeared. Luke says, she should be back on the island by now. Want to go find her?
Across the island, Luke's wife Audra stands at the door to Talston Litt's mausoleum. She glances at the sun to see a solar eclipse. As soon as the moon totally obscures the sun, she smashes away at the mausoleum door with an axe. As she breaks it open, she finds Rey lying on the floor, covered in ashes. She wakes her up. Audra explains that she was teleported using ancient Knid technology. She was probably only gone from the island for a few seconds. Stop it. Rey tells her it was more than that. After the Bell's teleportation device activated, she awoke on a platinum throne hundreds of years ago. She was still on Acto, but Acto from the past. Rey explains that the entire island they walk upon now used to be home to a gigantic acropolis. As Rey walks out of her mausoleum, she sees nothing but rocky mountains and green grass. She cries in Audra's arms, exclaiming, "It worked! She did it! It's all gone, finally destroyed and reclaimed by the island. Beautiful, isn't it?" Audra asks what she's talking about. Rey replies, "My sister is dead. Now I have no one."
Oh, rough.
Just then, Luke and the others come walking up the hill. They rush to Rey's side. Luke says with a smirk, "You've got us, if that'll do." They all embrace. Poe and Finn can't help tearing up a bit seeing Rey is still alive and well.
General Leia and Admiral Akbar's Mon Calamari starcruiser jumps out of hyperspace and arrives at Cloud City. She meets with Lando and shows him the image of Luke's severed hand from Sacrum. Lando tells her his team searched every inch of Cloud City after the Battle of Endor and had no luck in retrieving Luke's lost hand or lightsaber. He assumes it must have been found by occupying stormtroopers before he'd come back and regain control. blah, 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 explains to them years before.
That's Siffy Exy, or whatever it is.
Yeah, I have no idea. Bashes head against keyboard, explains to them years before Snoke seized and moved Camino cloning facility to his fortress on Sacrum. Many Caminoans escaped, but the remaining ones were enslaved and forced to work on Snoke's cloning initiatives. Lando, Leia, and Akbar hatch a plan.
Back on Acto, the planet with no name which keeps being named, Luke debriefs Rey. We flash back to Rey transported to the Sith Acropolis, which is occupied by the evil dark side users, the Kajin. The Kinjin.
Kinjin.
Oh, what is it with these hard K sounds?
I know.
It's really hard. It's really difficult. What? Careful.
Oi.
Rey's eyes glow red. She nervously saunters down the platinum steps as her adoring subjects bow and chant. As she descends, she sees a young woman who looks a lot like her, trapped in a cage. The caged girl says, "Sister, sister, arm yourself." Just then, the side of the Acropolis blows out. It's attacked by Jedi Knights, just like in Rey's earlier vision. The caged girl force pulls a lightsaber from the guard's belt and slices her cage in half. Jumping in front of a dazed Rey, the girl force pulls another guard's lightsaber and hands it to Rey. She says, "The Khanid were right. It's you, isn't it? It's you?" Rey nods. Yes. They fight their way out of the melee. Okay, so I'm going to pause briefly because I'm assuming what they want to say is they fight their way out of the melee or the melee, but it's literally spelt MAY space LAY.
God.
Like, what?
This is really hammering
What?
home that maybe it wasn't written by J.J.
Yeah.
Abrams. I have a feeling he knows how to spell melee.
They fight their way out of the melee and into the bowels of the Acropolis. The girl tells Rey she is her sister, Daphne. Is that how you would say it? Daphene?
I just said Daphne.
Daphne?
Daphne. I don't know.
And they must rescue their master, Dyad Skywalker.
No, Dad.
Dad Skywalker. Who's been captured and imprisoned below. Rey immediately trusts her. They make their way down through the underbelly of the Acropolis and enter the catacombs, fighting Kinjin loyalists and marauding creatures. They find Dyad Skywalker and free him. Dyad asks Daphne, "Is this her?" Daphne nods, yes. Dyad smiles and leads them through the escape tunnels and to a waiting escape solar sailor.
As they make their getaway, Daphne explains her fellow Force-sensitive sister, Talston Litt, was kidnapped from their family many years ago. She was forced by the Palpatine clan to learn the dark magic of the Sith. Dyad tells her the Skywalkers and the Palpatines are galactic rivals and have been at war for years. Rey reveals who she is and where she comes from. The future! Daphne tells her only the Khanid live in the future. Everyone else is living in the past. Dyad believes that the Force brought Rey's soul back to their time for a reason. They must go to the Khanid creatures to find the answer. As they sail away in the stormy Sacrum night, a stealth Kajin ship tails them.
We cut back to Luke and Rey on Acto. Luke realizes his Skywalker bloodline once ruled half the galaxy. His grandmother, Shmi, was the forgotten princess of an extinct dynasty, and she never knew it. He tells Rey none of that matters now, as he and his father killed Palpatine on the Death Star too. Rey replies, "Some of him remains." Luke asks Rey about her journey back. He wants to know where she was. Rey replies, "Alderaan."
What?
Dun, dun.
That doesn't make any sense. Why was she there? What the hell? Act 2. We close in on Snoke's planet. We close in on Snoke's planet of Sacrum, We're inside a gigantic Sith temple. In the lower depths, we pass through an antiquated laboratory. Several cloning tanks with Snoke bodies float in them. We see Emperor Palpatine's withered body lying there on a stone table like a rotting animal. Wires and tubing jut out from his extremities. Oh, his extremities.
Oh,
extremities.
dear.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Sith alchemists circle around him chanting, "Shark bait, ooh ha ha, shark bait." Emperor Palpatine's cataracted eyes open. He speaks Sith incantations.
What?
Yeah, I'm so confused.
Okay. Back on Acto, which isn't Acto. Stop saying that. Luke and Rey explore the ancient Knid cave paintings again. He shows her an ancient painting of her standing on a green planet, crying. Luke explains he never knew why the Force drew her to the island. He just knew this is where she had to be, and he had to wait for her. The Harbinger. Luke and Rey visit an imprisoned Kylo Ren. Luke tries to explain to him this was part of the plan they made many years ago to get captured and destroy Snoke's empire from the inside. Unfortunately, as Snoke's prisoner, he was seduced by the dark side and became the Sith monster Luke feared.
Deprogramming sequence. Kylo uses the Force to break free and blow himself out of the underwater pyramid prison.
Sorry, that's very immature.
We are adults. Luke and Rey are blown into the water. As Kylo steals Rey away to the beach, they encounter Darth Vader waiting for them, lightsaber ablaze in the stormy Acto waves. It is a brutal 2-on-1 battle royale between Vader, Kylo, and Rey. Vader ultimately knocks Rey out, leaving her lying in the surf. As Kylo goes to save her, Vader taunts him. "Why save your enemy, love?" Oh, wait, sorry, I said that wrong. "Why save your enemy, love?"
What voice is that?
I'm trying to do Darth Vader.
I have no idea
Why
what that
save
is.
your enemy?
It sounds more like Palpatine.
Yeah, I know, I can't do it.
It's
Why
James Earl
save your
Jones,
energy?
not some weird redneck.
Yeah, I know. I was going for his tone rather than his accent. I don't know. Kind of fucked that one up. Let me try that one again. Oh, why save your enemy? Love.
That's weirdly better.
No, I'll just do it in my normal voice. Why save your enemy? Love? You are truly weak, grandson. Kylo protests, declaring his eternal loyalty to his Sith Lord grandfather. He kneels before Vader. Vader places his hand upon Kylo's subservient head. Vader says, "Someday you will burn like I burned." To Kylo's dismay, Vader lights him on fire.
Oh, God.
Kylo burns horribly, like Anakin did on Mustafar. Vader quips, "This is where your journey ends, my boy. In ashes." Your ashes. Kylo screams in agony.
Luke ends the Force vision, breaking the illusion. This was an ancient Jedi deprogramming technique. All three of them are still back in Kylo's jail cell. Kylo has successfully been brought back to the light. His love for Rey cured him of Snoke's poison.
Oh, shut up.
He apologizes to Luke for all the trouble he's caused. The good Ben
off.
Solo has returned. Excuse me, I'm trying to read here.
So I can't help heckling this stupid treatment. Anyway, go on.
I'm going to turn you way down. Princess Leia, still on Cloud City, feels it. That's in reference to the fact that good Ben Solo has returned. In an adjacent room, C-3PO and Siffy XE keyboard bash share a tender moment. They agree to back each other up just in case the other doesn't make it.
Tender moment.
Each pulls a wire out of their respective chassis and they plug into each other. It can be inferred that this is the way Oh, sorry. It can be inferred that this is the droid way of making love. Lando tells Leia the troops have arrived.
Why do we skip that so quickly? We have a droid lovemaking scene, and then suddenly it's like, Lando tells Leia. No!
That's not a new paragraph. That's the same sentence.
I did wonder what like R2-D2's little like dick thing was for. Now it all makes sense. They can all have sex. What the fuck? Back on Acto, Rey tells Luke and the gang about her time visiting the Old Republic. She says while there, she discovered a key to defeating the remaining Palpatine cult. Hopefully, if they can get to the weapon in time. Flashback to the Old Republic. Rey, Dyed, and Daphne rocket towards Alderaan. Rey explains that in her time, the entire planet of Alderaan was destroyed by the Empire, and now there is nothing left. Dyed wants to take her straight to the Air Canid Seer, the one who initially foresaw Rey's arrival. Rey suggests bypassing the planetary alarm grid using the solo maneuver, listing lazily to the left. Jumping in from light speed, they agree. As they pass the golden city of Aldera, their craft makes purchase on the Air Canid Seer's mountaintop temple of Lamphina, Quai, Key,
Lamphina Key? I don't know.
Sure, that'll do. Rey enters the temple alone and talks to the Canid, a humanoid / horse. Oh, okay. That's, yeah, a horse-type creature. Okay. I thought it just said a humanoid / horse. But, I mean, type creature does soften the blow a bit.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
what the hell? As Rey leaves, Dyed and Daphne ask what the Air Canid Seer told her about the planet's ultimate destruction. Rey replies, he wants us to move Alderaan. That's why I'm here. Dyed and Daphne are speechless. Flashback to the present. Having heard this startling news, Luke telepathically connects with Leia. Leia reveals to him a secret Alderaan aristocracy has kept for centuries. The real Alderaan ultimately was never moved, it was simply renamed. The authentic Alderaan still exists, but its whereabouts are unknown. The actual planet the first Death Star blew up was originally named Hartik. Oh, for God's sake.
Let's keep going. Power through, Spencer. Power through. Back to the past. Rey, Dyed, and Daphne. I still can't say that name. Daphne.
Just Daphne, I suppose.
Yeah. Fly to Aldera and visit Viceroy Helk Ospirius. They arrive to see the golden capital city overrun with Kinjin soldiers, looking for Talston lit. Rey and company reach the Viceroy through the chaos and reveal the fate of Alderaan many years in the future. Helk gives Rey the ignition codes to a top-secret Alderaanian star destroyer hidden in the asteroid belt. He suggests attacking Sacrum with it once they are free. They tell him he and his people must devise a plan to move Alderaan now, so that in hundreds of years it will be saved. A gigantic starfighter and lightsaber battle above the misty mountains above Aldera scorches the mountaintops. Wow, that sentence makes no sense.
Wait, what?
A gigantic starfighter and lightsaber battle above the misty mountains above Aldera scorches the mountaintops.
I'm so why so many aboves?
I don't know. I'm just gonna keep going. Rey, Dyed, and Daphne. Why does every paragraph start with those three names I struggle to say? Fight the Kinjin assassins. Rey duels with the Kinjin heretic general, Basilisk Tet, on the deck of his floating copper pirate in inverted commas, ship. Rey ultimately cuts Basilisk Tet's legs off. Before he dies, he tells Rey the secret to the Palpatine's everlasting dynasty. The real Emperor Palpatine died hundreds of years ago in the third fall of Pasagram. Since then, Sith alchemists have been constantly cloning and recloning him on Sacrum from surviving cells, producing hundreds of mutated clones. Most of the clones have no force sensitivity, so they were routinely discarded. One Palpatine clone that escaped went on to have children. Talston Lit was one of those children.
Rey feels she's losing touch with the past and feels the future calling her back. They find a nearby Alderaanian laboratory where she purposefully cuts herself. Rey gives a vial.
Don't do that, Rey.
I know, flipping heck. This has changed pretty quick. Rey gives a vial of her blood to Dyed, telling him to somehow use it to clone her so she can be born in the future. She continues, when she is a child, one of his descendants must drop her on Jakku. Nima.
Next page, Spencer.
Outpost. In the care of Unkar Plutt.
This loop must play out exactly as it has for her to end up in this exact place, so she can be the harbinger of her own creation. Or harbinger. I keep wanting to put in harbinger. Here we go.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. So she can be the harbinger of her own creation. Dyed swears that he will, saying, the Palpatines have always had their secret resurrection project. Now the Skywalkers have one too. Rey cries as she says goodbye to Dyed and Daphne. Daphne promises to win the war and destroy the Kinjin and the old Sith Acropolis on Acto. In a flash, Rey is transported back to Acto, inside the tomb of Talston Lit. The crashing sound of Audra's axe can be heard at the door, breaking it down to save her.
Go on, Charlie. You knock us. You knock us into the
3.
into the start.
Back to Acto, the unknown planet, present day. Rey rallies Luke and the others to board the Millennium Falcon. They set off for deep space, looking for an ultimate weapon to take down Snoke on Sacrum, once and for all. Lando and Leia rally their troops amassed on Cloud City, with instructions to rendezvous by Sacrum. The plan is an all-out attack on the Sith planet.
Dun, dun, dun. Rey and company find the lost Alderaan.
It's not a musical.
Rey and company find the lost Alderaanian Star Destroyer called the Yakata, hidden in an asteroid belt. Finn and Poe ready its thrusters and armaments for battle. Rey, Ben Solo, Luke, Chewie, and BB-8 break off from the rest of the crew, planning to take the Millennium Falcon to Sacrum. Luke tells Rey not to worry. He and Kylo have Darth Vader's blood, so they're impervious to the Sacrum sickness. She tells him she learned of her lineage and origin in the past, and having that knowledge, she's confident she'll be impervious too. Luke responds, I'm glad you took it so well. When Vader revealed the truth to me on Cloud City, I didn't.
Well, that was completely different. Like, he said he was your dad who you thought was dead. Rey just found out what she's been wanting to know her entire life.
Yeah, exactly. There's a complete difference there.
Also, did you forget that Pin and Foe existed? Because I did.
Yeah, they were dead to me.
Okay. Ahsoka arrives at the Yakata with 3 other older Jedi who had been hiding on Acto since Order 66. She joins Poe and Finn to lead the orbital attack on Sacrum. On the planet of Sacrum, the Sith alchemists have fully reanimated the corpse of Emperor Palpatine. He is nowhere near as powerful as he once was, but he's alive and cackling. A newly hatched clone of Snoke carries him like a newborn baby to his gigantic throne of thorns. They ready the many Sith royal guardsmen for battle.
Using the artificially engineered Sith blood, the alchemists activate 10 dark side clones they've been perfecting for years. Emperor Palpatine floats them all red lightsabers, telling the warriors whoever brings him the heads of Rey, Luke, or Ben Solo will be granted everlasting life. Captain Phasma loads them into her heavy assault craft and flies up into space towards the Alderaanian Yakata.
Just as Captain Phasma's ship is ascending, the Millennium Falcon with Luke, Rey and company is descending to the Sacrum surface. They're all wearing Old Republic battle armor salvaged from the Yakata. Phasma's ship crashes through the Yakata's protective shields and into the hangar bay. As Phasma and Snoke's force-injected Sith acolytes storm the hangar bay with blasters and lightsabers blazing, Ahsoka and the other Jedi attack them head-on. It is an epic lightsaber battle royale that fans will be talking about for years to come. That overconfidence, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's a bit much for me. As the Jedi versus Sith lightsaber battle ensues, Finn and Captain Phasma face off one last time with laser blasters. It's a fight to the death. They disarm each other and ultimately fight with hatchets they find on the deck. Finn smashes Phasma's helmet off, revealing the scarred and discoloured face of a once beautiful woman, who's now crying and spitting up blood. Seeing Phasma's vulnerability almost brings a tear to Finn's eye. He can't bring himself to finish her off and drops his hatchet. He extends his hand to her in friendship. As she limply takes his hand, she looks at him with remorse, knowing these are her final moments. Finn stays with her, holding her hand as she dies.
Boo-hoo. Luke, Rey, and Ben Solo's Millennium Falcon strike team reaches Snoke's Sacrum stronghold. Snoke taunts Luke, goading him to break off from the team and meet him for a final duel atop the roof of his Sacrum Sith Acropolis. Luke happily takes the bait and force jumps away and up. Rey and Ben Solo fight Emperor Palpatine's royal guards as they descend into the catacombs of the Sacrum Sith Temple. Chewie lags behind, acting as an invisible backup. Meanwhile, under the radar, C-3PO and Siffy Z. Wait, have they changed the spelling of that? Have they added an I to it?
Yeah, I think they have.
Yeah, it's now CIFI-XI, when before it just had two I's, I believe.
Yeah, I'm so confused.
I don't know. C-3PO and Sci-Fi X, or whatever it is now, rocket into the Sacrum surface using jetpacks. Weird name leads C-3PO towards the secret Sacrum cloning laboratory on the far side of the temple. They fly inside through a hidden crevasse, then past rows and rows of gigantic marble Sith statues. C-3PO remarks that he feels like he is entering Hell's exhaust port. Hey, they've spelt it right.
That was with the other robot last night.
Oh, wow. Also, they've spelt it right again now. It's only got two I's now. So Siffy Z, or whatever it is, replies, This is no time for humour, my dear. C-3PO replies, who's joking?
General Leia and Lando jump out of hyperspace and immediately enter the space battle against the Sith Armada encircling Sacrum. Poe leads a squadron of X-Wings against Emperor Palpatine's new fleet of red TIE fighters called TIE Daggers. Many TIE Daggers overwhelm the X-Wings, and only Poe and a few X-Wings are left. Luke confronts Snoke on the roof of his Sacrum Sith Acropolis. Luke says, "You may not remember, but here we are again, Snoke. Atop an Acropolis, fighting it out to the death. How many sloppy coffees of you must the Sith make to get it right?" Snoke responds, "I am Snoke. The Snoke. Snoke everlasting." Luke quips, "That's what you said last time." Their lightsabers clash, and the duel begins. For those who don't know, clash was in capitals.
Yeah.
It's brutal, but also quite majestic, seeing these two Force Masters face off against each other one last time.
Rey and Ben Solo delve deeper underground. They reach the Grand Sith Parthenon and confront the recently reanimated Emperor Palpatine clone. He sits in a mechanical chair connected to many hoses and wires. Rey and Ben fight his guardsmen but easily defeat them. Palpatine uses his dark force abilities to take control of Ben Solo's body, puppeting his arms and legs to fight Rey. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
As Ben savagely attacks her, she reluctantly defends herself. They engage in another brutal lightsaber duel. Palpatine cackles to himself and claps at this amusing spectacle. Ben sees this only going one way. him being forced to kill Rey, so he uses the last of his powerful Skywalker Force energy to momentarily break free of Palpatine's control and stab himself through the stomach with his saber, committing harakiri. As Ben falls to the ground, Palpatine Force pulls the lightsaber out of his guts and into his own hand. He then pulls Rey's saber away as well. He holds them both to her throat.
Palpatine elucidates. He knows where she's come from. The only place Dyed and Daphne Skywalker could make a successful clone was at his facility here on Wait, hang on a second. What about on Camino? Like, you've literally just stolen Camino.
Yeah, where all the stuff was on Camino anyway. So let me get this straight. It was on Sacrum, then it went to Camino, and now it's back on Sacrum again.
Yeah, I'm...
Just keep reading.
One of his Palpatine predecessors authorized the cloning procedure some 20 years ago, and it was, in fact, his Sith alchemists who planted her on Jakku, exactly where she'd asked. He wishes her to become Empress and rule the galaxy at his side, father and daughter. Ugh. Meanwhile, in the Legion of Doom. Meanwhile, in the cloning laboratory, C-3PO and Sci-Fi find Luke's severed hand, along with many other lost Jedi artifacts. They are being used to test new cloning procedures. CFI-XI detaches a hovering drone droid that was clamped to her back. Okay. The drone collects
First
up all
time
the
that's
artifacts.
been mentioned.
Yeah, well, fine, sure. The droid collects up all the artifacts and puts them in a net. She instructs the drone to leave through the crevice and meet the others at the rendezvous point. Just as it's buzzing off, C-3PO and CFI-XI are attacked by robotic sentry droids. Having no weapons, they duck for cover. The little drone droid flutters away.
Luke and Snoke fight on the top of the Acropolis. They trade blow for blow, two evenly matched Force wielders. They taunt each other a bit more, promising pain and suffering to all that followed them. Wait, Luke is promising pain and suffering to all that followed? Come on, Luke, keep it together. General Leia and Lando's resistance forces are overpowered by Palpatine's Sith Armada and TIE daggers. Lando senses defeat on the horizon. Poe is the last remaining X-Wing fighter. Of course he is. Dogfighting swarms of TIE daggers by himself. He's finally hit. He is X-Wing is totally
we're
disabled.
Really flagging already.
Just float. I'd like to say that's actually what it says. That's not me like flagging it. He is X-Wing is totally disabled.
Oh yeah,
just floating out in the vacuum of space. Just as he's about to crash into the side of the Yakata, Chewie shows up in the Millennium Falcon. Chewie literally uses the Falcon's forward mandibles to pick Poe's dead X-Wing out of the sky, like a forklift picking up a pallet.
What, rather than metaphorically,
yeah.
For God's sake.
General Leia orders Chewie to land on the upper hull of the Yakata. She has a plan.
Leia tells Lando this particular Old Republic heavy star cruiser is outfitted with a doomsday pinch weapon. It's the equivalent of a cosmic EMP. Once she throws the switch, both the electrical systems of her resistance armada and the attacking Sith fleet will be momentarily paralyzed. Lando remarks, "But that will kill our fleet and weapons too." Leia replies, "Yeah, but we'll see it coming. They won't. It'll give us the time we need to take the advantage." Wars are won in the precious seconds, not years. Lando agrees and readies the troops. Leia puts her palm over the red pinch button. She tells Poe and Chewie, "Poe, Chewie, it's going to go dark for a few seconds. Once the lights come on, I want you to blast every Sith ship you can, as fast as you can." Poe and Chewie agree. As the lights turn off, Poe and Chewie make love together. In a it doesn't say that. Poe and Chewie agree. She barks at Lando. "Grab onto something. We're going to lose our gravity."
Down in the Sith Parthenon, Rey bows at Palpatine's feet. He teases her with Ben's hot saber, delicately singeing strands of her hair off.
That's too much.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dude, that's just too much. And
we're going to stop the episode there because nothing will be better than that. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, it gets worse. He comments that he loves the smell of burning hair. It reminds him of home.
What?
She tries in vain to summon the Force, hoping to pull her lightsaber to her and slice his throat, but can't. C-3PO and Siffy Izzy or whatever are pinned down, being shot at by the robot sentry droids. They manage to escape with their jetpacks. Jetpacks again.
Oh,
Getting
so
some
many
jetpacks
man. Just loves the jetpacks.
They cascade through the great Sith Hall of demonic statues, heading back out the same crevasse. As they saw, Siffy Z reaches out and lovingly grabs C-3PO's hand. She says, "We will escape together, or not at all." C-3PO replies, "Screw you, I'm getting out of here." No, he doesn't. C-3PO replies, "Agreed." They streak out of the crevasse and into the red sacrum night sky.
Screw you, bitch. I was in it for the sex. Luke and Snoke. I just can't get over, like, he teases her with Ben's hot saber.
I love the smell of burning hair.
It's just filthy. Anyway, Luke and Snoke are locked in a fierce standoff. The roof starts to break, just as it had years before. They cross their respective sabers, not letting the other gain an inch of high ground. Snoke finally outmaneuvers him, knocking Luke to the ground. Snoke raises his saber for the death blow. General Leia screams, "Now!" She pounds the red pinch EMP.
You mean the red pinch EMP?
EMP! Oh, all these capitals are just getting to me. A gigantic pulse of lightning shoots out from the Yakata. All the ships in orbit go dark, gravity is lost, and everyone begins to float inside their starships. The blast instantaneously lights up the night's sacrum sky. As C-3PO and Skvabla skim the planet's surface, holding hands on their jetpacks. The lightning reaches them, and their electrical bodies short out. They fall from the sky.
Oh no, I don't care.
As Snoke brings his broadsaber down to behead Luke, it suddenly fizzles out in front of his eyes. Luke attempts to light his up, but it won't ignite either. The EMP has killed all electronics in the sector, even lightsabers.
A dumbfounded Luke starts punching Snoke in the face with the hilt of his saber.
What is this? What is this? Like, the Expendables? What's going on? Like Rocky 3?
I don't know. The saber's metal cylinder breaks against Snoke's hard skull before Snoke can get it together enough to force push. Oh, I can't say push. To force push Luke off of him. Luke has pulled his own saber apart, exposing its sharp, gleaming green kyber crystal. Luke pushes closer, using the razor-sharp kyber crystal to slice Snoke's throat. The cut nearly decapitates him.
Nearly!
Oh, God.
Nearly! He's still going. All it'll take is a few, like, boxing-style punches to knock that one off then, Luke. Get in there. Just get in the ring and just keep punching his head as it flings back and forth. Joint to the neck. Oh, my God.
Rey is kneeling before Palpatine as the pinch EMP goes off. Both his lightsabers fizzle out. The machine's wires and hoses used to keep his reanimated body also torch out. He falls to the ground, whimpering in pain and gasping for air. She force pulls the hilt of her dead lightsaber back to her and begins bashing him over the head with it. What is happening? Why are people using lightsabers like this now?
They're like fucking bats. Like, what is going on? Red tie daggers fall from the sky and blaze out like falling stars. General Leia punches the red pinch EMP button again and turns everything back on. Her ship lights up again. The gravity pulls people back to the floor. Leia, Lando, Poe and Chewie begin blasting every Sith attack craft in sight, using these few seconds of new power to their advantage. Cut back to Rey and Palpatine. The machines flare back to life, and he takes one huge breath. She instantly reignites her lightsaber and slices him in half, long ways. She unleashes a flurry of Sith lightning on him, which turns him into a bonfire.
Oh, no.
He's finally defeated. She stands up victorious.
Luke also stands up over the severed corpse of Snoke. He smiles, telepathically connecting with Rey. Good murdering, kid.
Good job, kid.
Good job, kid.
That's just awful. That just what? Oh,
Rey goes over to Ben Solo, who's
walks
on the
over
ground
with the head of Palpatine.
Yeah. Oh man. Rey goes over to Ben Solo, who's on the ground, bleeding out and dying. She kneels down and cries. With his last breath, he tells her, "Don't cry, dear Rey. I deserve this. Take the heroes to Alderaan. Start anew." He fades away. Read this epilogue so we can never talk about this ever again.
Okay. Epilogue. The Millennium Falcon skims over the surface of a newly enlightened sacrum. Rey, Luke, and Chewie man the cockpit. The little hovering droid floats behind them. R2-D2 squeals as they find C-3PO and Skubba stuck lying in a sandbank. They magnet them up and head off to rendezvous with Yokata.
Rey remembers the coordinates and takes the entire gang through the galaxy, past the Maw, and find the lost word of Alderaan Prime. Missing an L there, buddy. We see a green, lavish planet teeming with life and energy. Everybody rendezvous there.
Luke and Rey build the new Jedi Temple there on its green, grassy hills. All of our heroes gather around for a celebration, laughing, cheering, happily rejoicing in the destruction of the Sith once and for all until the next trilogy. Rey surprises Luke and Audra and his kids with the name of the new Jedi Temple. On its entrance, it is written, Skywalker. Luke smirks, a tear in his eye. He remarks to Rey, "Life will be good." He glances over to see Chewie and Leia holding a holographic picture of their fallen comrade, Han Solo. He continues, "Well, good enough."
Right. Oh, life's great. Like, none of us had to sacrifice anything. Sorry, Leia. Sorry.
Rey puts his arm around him. Leia, Luke, and Chewie embrace with Poe, Finn, and Chewie. What? Leia, Luke, and Chewie embrace with Poe, Finn, Chewie, and the rest. Celebrate.
How many Chewies are there?
Mate, you forget they went to Sacrum, or they went to Camino, and they climbed another Chewie. I'm so confused. You do the next bit.
C-3PO and Feasby sit together holding hands on a nearby grassy hill. They gaze at the remarkable temple that has been built. Feasby kisses C-3PO on the cheek. R2-D2 rolls in, interrupting this tender moment. C-3PO scolds him in a humorous way. The end.
About fucking time.
Thanks for listening to this, the second of our special bonus episodes of How Uncivilized. If you enjoyed this, then you can check out the full breakdown of J.J. Abrams' Episode 9 treatment in our main series, or you can watch our playthrough of LEGO Star Wars on YouTube now. We've got much more podcasting fun coming soon, so in the meantime, check out our Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit pages to stay informed. Until the next time, goodbye there.